vlog discussion number 9. Howdy. So I hope you're well. What I got from this week's readings is that like it kind of talked about like, differing types of genres and the differing types of casts that Hollywood has explored and gone into. So like obviously there are different genres that people can go into like sci-fi, like fiction, nonfiction, romance, and all that. And in Linda Seeger's essay, she talks about some different types of essays, like or some different types of like genres. I guess you could say like the hero myth, the hearing myth, combination myths. Her essay basically like talks about majority of or it focuses on myths and what the authors do to like fit that like I guess genre of a myth. And it also talks or this week's readings also talks about like different casts in Hollywood and how they've become more racially diversified from what they have before. So I remember when you watch shows like Chuck Norris or uh those older movies, all you can see are like the majority of the cast are white people, and then you have like a woman that's like from Latino descent or a slave in those slavery movies like 42. I think it's something years a slave, but you have that cast where the minorities are constantly being played by characters who are like less in the plot, or while you have white people, obviously they're the masters, they're the main characters, they're the heroes, while the the minorities are the villains. And it kind of shows from then to now how that's changed, because now you have like minority cast that are actually leading their own movies, and minorities are also like minority actors are starring in lead roles for these big films. So some examples that I could come to mind are Black Panther, the first all African American cast in Marvel. And I remember at the time it was released, all my friends, they all the people at my school, they were like, "Oh my goodness, did you see Black Panther? It's the first all African cast for Marvel." And I remember them saying, because one of my friends was African, they said, "Oh, the one of the characters, you could really tell that their accent was forced, and like it wasn't authentic, but at least they tried." So I mean, although like yeah, it's not gonna be perfect, it kind of shows like the moving dynamic and how Hollywood is becoming more and more diversified and what it's doing to the culture. Another like another cast type of cast I can think about is Shang-Chi, the recent Shang-Chi movie, where that was the first all Asian cast and the first Asian Marvel superhero. And I could relate more to this one because I'm Asian, and it really like it was really cool. First of all, the movie was really funny. You should go watch it. But second of all, I really like this is the first time I could actually relate to a Marvel superhero, because the setting was here in San Francisco, going through hate and criminals against him, to reunite with his father in China or wherever the setting was. I don't remember anymore, but seeing that movie really inspired me to see that like, oh, people like me are actually being represented in these big time movies, and it's really like putting us out there on the map, and it's portraying as well, especially after all the Asian hate crimes that took place earlier this year. It kind of shows like a resurgence, sort of. And also Crazy Rich Asians, that movie was released a couple years ago, and it just shows like it shows what Asians are all about. It combats those stereotypes that society had put out there about Asians, and how, oh, they're not smart, or only a certain amount of them are smart. And they specifically used Asians from like smaller countries and countries that like aren't normally seen as Asians. So I remember they used some Filipinos in there, and although like we're separated from the mainland, it was still nice to see people from where I'm from be represented in a movie that's all about like Asian success and Asian like triumph. So hopefully I was able to enlighten you enough, enlighten all the people enough about this week's readings, and I'll catch you guys in the next vlog. Go Niners!